Welcome to the Gals Guide to the Galaxy podcast, where a group of gals gather for you one cool thing around our topic of the month. Is it ancient history? Is it breaking news? Is it safe for work? Well, that's up to each gal. All we know is that...
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Welcome back. I'm Edan, and I'm joined by Bonnie and Leah and Katie talking about our one cool Olympic gal pal. So Bonnie has already talked about Gertrude, Trudy, Adelie. But before we dive back in, let's get to know something kind of random about our gal pals. So, if you could win a gold medal in anything that was not Olympic related, or actually not sports related,
Thank you.
what would it be? What would you get a gold medal in?
Because mine would definitely not be sports related.
I mean, ping pong's a sport.
I still wouldn't win it in that. Still wouldn't get it in that. Exactly. I know what mine is.
What?
Spider solitaire.
Oh, no.
I am a savant in spider solitaire.
Does it have to be spiders?
Yes, because I kind of suck in the other solitaires. There's something about spider
Very
solitaire
specific
that I
skill.
am really,
Yeah.
really good at. And I can make it happen. Yes. Or any other old lady games. Bingo, I could probably get you. Farkle, I'm all over it. You don't know Farkle? It's
What
a
about
dice
gin
rolling
rummy?
game. That one I never learned how to play, actually.
Go fish?
Yes. Oh, yeah. But I mean, that one's so much up to chance, though. You
Totally.
can't. There's really no skill like there is in
true.
spider
Bridge?
solitaire.
Wait, bingo has skill?
Yes.
Oh.
You get the most sheets and the most stamper thingies.
It is about, it is about betting large. It's about getting a lot of cards and being
That's
aware
true.
of where all the numbers are. And
That's
yeah,
true.
exactly. And being fast.
Oh, yes.
Because it's not a
Gotta get that
physical
marker.
fast, but it's also calling bingo before the other blue-haired
Yes.
ladies,
Yes.
call bingo. So
True.
any old lady card game. I'll learn gin rummy, damn it.
What about bridge? That's like the ultimate level of
I did
old
play
lady.
bridge once with my grandparents, yes, and I was told I was very good, but I never played it again.
Because you didn't want to ruin your rep.
My reputation
Yeah.
as a solitaire
I gotcha.
expertise. Yeah.
Ladies.
I mean, after that glorious answer, yes.
Maybe I'd get the gold medal in worrying about things.
Oh, look at that.
I was thinking about this because so this was all in good fun and I laughed, but I was talking to Josh about my anxiety and Jonah's anxiety, and he's like, well, a lot of people have anxiety, and I'm like, but Jonah's eyes are a little different than maybe your like Nora Mooring. I said it's like shiny, special,
See,
sparkly anxiety.
would one say it's a gold standard?
Well, there you go.
Of
And
anxiety.
then and his response was, yes, you guys have the superpower to worry about things that will never happen.
Yes.
So there you go. My gold medal would be in worrying about things that are never going to happen.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're all winners in some way. Kate.
Those, the
Going home with the
brain-eating amoebas
Oh,
in
yes.
the lakes and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
You guys are great to hang out with.
Ah,
Give me new things.
oh, what was it? When I finally figured out, what was it?
I don't know what. What did
I
you finally
texted
figure
you
out?
a thing.
Yeah.
It was about shingles.
Oh,
and
yes.
they were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
some dude went to like the doctor, and it was something about like something in his ear.
Yeah.
Like, it started in his ear. I'm like, oh great.
Oh, that's
great.
right. You can get shingles
Great.
of the ear now.
And then there
Yeah.
was also something about like stress can bring on shingles.
Yep.
I'm like, great,
Yeah,
thank you, thank you. I'm gonna get
how-
shingles from worrying about getting shingles.
That's how I got my shingles, which I've had 3 times now.
3 times?
Now listen to this, Bonnie, you'll love it.
Ah.
So my dad's had a lot of health problems. Last month he had a hip replacement,
Uh-oh.
and then they've just found other things, and it's been piling on. And so he started having like this burn in his scalp.
Oh, no.
And he thought it was
no.
like the dry shampoo my mom had been using that he got allergic to it.
Oh.
And I called him on Father's Day and I'm like, hey, have you had a great Father's Day? And he said, well, we had to go to urgent care. And it turns out I have shingles. He had shingles in his hair.
That
A
is
new one
usually
for
like
Bonnie.
your torso.
Yeah.
Apparently, it can be anywhere, Bonnie.
Great.
So, what would you get a gold medal in?
Worrying about shingles. Yeah. Avoiding shingles like the plague. No, I would
The
definitely
most amount of singles vaccines.
I would get a gold medal in petting all the puppies
Okay,
and the animals. I would get a gold medal for petting the peacock at
Oh.
the zoo and
Oh.
it maybe not killing me. I don't know.
There you go.
Next time I go, since they had
Surviving
peacocks,
the petting of animals that
yes,
you shouldn't
like
be
that,
petting.
That's how I'm gonna go.
Okay,
Is petting something.
We're fully aware.
Yeah. There was a peacock at the Cincinnati Zoo. They're just walking around, and I'm like, I really want to pet that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, is it loose because they're friendly, or are they loose because they think no one's dumb enough to try and pet a peacock?
Right.
And I was trying to like just contain myself,
Yeah,
and I
yeah, yeah.
didn't pet any.
Okay.
But next time,
Next time, you've got a plan.
I've got to pet the peacock.
You've got a
Bonnie's
little
coming
pet and
back
run.
for
a
'em.
plan with written in
Yeah,
crayon.
Sneak up on it, just whoop and run.
Great.
They have them out. Yeah,
Florida,
never seen them
everything's
there. Yeah,
out in the open. It's just
Totally.
kind
You
of
could pet
Some-
gators in Florida.
right. It's at your
I was
own
thinking.
risk. I believe
Yeah.
it's just Darwin's, law of
Basically. Yes.
let's see who's dumb enough to survive.
Right.
This. Got you. All right. Eden.
Okay, so
What would yours? It's got to be better than ours. I feel like ours suck it.
let's see. I know that most people are thinking that since I'm the genealogy person,
Right.
that I would say I would get a gold medal in genealogy, but
Well, we're already planning on
there
getting you one for
are,
that.
there
in the
actually are, believe it or not, people that genealogy better than I do. So I'm thinking I would silver
Bite your
in
tongue.
that.
All right.
Okay,
Not in
so-
our hearts.
Perhaps not, but I want to be realistic.
All right, boo.
So I would say that I would gold medal in my superpowers of ignoring people.
Oh.
Now, you might think that's an odd thing to say.
But if you're good at it.
But apparently, I have superhuman abilities of ignoring those around me and tuning them out.
Hey, there you go.
And I didn't think I was all that unusual until all my work people around me are like, didn't that bother you? Didn't that annoy you? And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh no.
Because
Right.
I ignored them.
Look at that. You were in your own space. That's pretty good.
So yeah, I
like
really
it.
do believe that I can get a gold medal in ignoring people.
I think, and it's to your, positivity as
Totally.
well to be like, don't
I
start,
can
none won't be
just
none.
Ignore you. I can just don't you know what and find out.
Right, exactly.
Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Exactly.
See, my
So,
name
yes.
is Paul. This is between y'all.
Exactly.
Yes.
My name is Bennett. I'm not even in it.
Oh!
Okay, so are we ready?
Ready?
Yes.
Who do you have for us, darling?
Okay, so I have probably the most famous and infamous
Yes.
Olympian who should have gotten gold medals
Ooh.
and never actually did. Okay.
Dun, dun,
Now,
dun.
I had a hard time picking my person.
Yes. Okay.
Because a lot of people who have been in the Olympics
Yeah.
have been my role models.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I think FloJo,
Yes.
Jackie Joyner Kersey,
Yes.
and her nails,
Right.
I think of Dominique Dawes,
Yep.
who started the whole gymnastics, Black Girl Magic kind
Right.
of thing.
Absolutely.
But I chose my girl,
Yeah.
Surya Bonaly.
Ooh.
Okay.
I do not know her.
Okay, so
I'm eager to learn more.
she was all about the Winter Olympics in the 90s.
All right.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So, Suyra Bonaly was born in December of 1973 in
Okay.
Nice, France, which is on the southern coast.
Look at that.
Yes, she was actually adopted. She was adopted at 8 months old by a white French couple. Now, if you don't know who Suyra Bonaly is, she is a beautiful dark chocolate brown, well, at the time, young lady.
Right, exactly.
She's like grown now.
Right. No. How does that work?
I mean, born in 1973? No.
Yeah.
So she actually is African.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Like by her ethnicity, but she's
yeah.
born in France.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
So she was in an orphanage until she was 8, and then she was adopted by a French couple, Georges and Suzanne Bonaly. He was an architect, and she was a physical education teacher.
I see where this is going.
See? All right. So when she was at the orphanage, they called her Claudine.
Okay.
But her parents, when they adopted her, they renamed her. They gave her a different first name, and so they named her Surya, which means the sun in Sanskrit.
Oh, very nice.
So her full name is Surya Varuna Claudine Bonaly.
So they kept the orphanage name, kind of in the
and made it
in
a
the middle
second
mix.
middle name. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute.
Okay, so her birth mother was from an island called Réunion.
Okay.
Like we would say a reunion.
Right.
But it's French, so it's Réunion.
Nice.
It's considered a part of France, but it's actually an island in the Indian Ocean.
Oh, okay.
And then her birth father is from the Ivory Coast, which is on the western coast of Africa.
Nice.
So, so the Bonalys were very really ahead of their time. They were like an original living off the grid kind of people.
Oh, look at that.
So they
In
actually
France?
yes.
Ooh.
So they moved into a sheepfold.
Okay.
Which, if you don't know what a sheepfold is, it's basically a sheep pen and barn, I'm guessing.
Okay.
It's a pen attached to a structure where you keep sheep.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so
Gotcha.
I'm thinking it's kind of like a barn.
Yeah.
So they turned this barn, this sheepfold, into a house, and then they basically renovated it. I mean, he's an architect, he can do that
Yeah,
kind of
right.
thing.
He's got the skills.
Right. So they lived, born in 1973, so it's not like electricity and indoor plumbing was a mystery at this time.
Right.
But they had neither.
But if you were Bohemian French on a sheep
exactly.
farm, gotcha.
So she grew up, you have to go get the water from the spring, and you have to, they had like 23 goats, and all of this.
Ah, neat.
So, as a toddler, okay?
She had her own petting farm, obviously.
Well, yes. But as a toddler, Surya became interested in a whole bunch of things. Ballet, swimming, diving, and horseback riding. And she did all of this as a toddler.
Cute.
Oh,
Okay?
goodness.
And then by the time she was 4...
Right.
Still a toddler.
Oh, my goodness.
By the time she was
Excelling.
4... she started to focus on gymnastics and figure skating.
Oh, okay.
So basically, she took after her mother. Her mother did every kind of sport out there.
Right.
And Surya would go with her when she taught her physical education classes and would just join in with the other students, even though they were like years and years and years older than her.
Yeah.
So her mother figured out, oh my God, like there's nothing this girl can't do and do well.
Right.
So they got her a gymnastics coach and a
focus
figure
her.
skating coach.
Yeah. See what rises to the
When
surface.
she's 4.
Yeah.
So
Like,
I love
right.
it.
So then fast forward to 1984.
Okay.
I'm
written.
thinking she's like 13-ish.
Okay.
Not 13. She's 11-ish about
Okay.
this time.
I don't do
10,
math.
11. I don't either.
Pre-teen.
Yeah. The Winter Olympics in Sarajevo
Yeah.
were coming.
Yeah.
Now, Winter Olympics are usually in like February.
Right.
They're early in the year. So they decided that I guess because she's all into sports and whatever,
Yeah.
that they would get a TV,
Yeah.
which they didn't have before,
Uh-huh.
and they would put solar panels around so they could have electricity,
Cute.
so they could watch the Winter Olympics.
Oh,
Okay, so they watched the Olympics.
research purposes.
Totally.
Business
All right.
expense.
Yes. So like I said, the Winter Olympics are usually in the very early part of the year, January, February, in there. So by that summer, because she'd watched the figure skaters.
Yeah, yeah,
And she tried to do some of the moves
yeah.
and broke her ankle.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so she had to recover. So by the time it's summertime, she's recovered.
Yeah.
And she wanted to, skate.
Yeah, yeah.
In local skating rinks, but the Olympic or the French national team was taking up all of the
the ice
all
time.
yes.
Okay.
And so she was like, "Hey," her mother really was like, "Hey, do you mind if she just like joins you guys?"
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Well, he was super impressed
Ah,
with her, like
nice.
super impressed because now this was. So what she did was on this same ankle that she broke, she
Yeah.
tried to do a jump,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
a
The
twirly
pirouette
kind of
thing?
like
Okay.
a I don't know, an axle, a
Yes,
triple
there we-
axle,
Yeah,
something
yeah, yeah.
like that, on the same ankle she broke and landed it.
Oh.
And he was like, "Whoa, okay then."
Ah.
So his name was Didier Gaillago or
Yeah.
Gaillaguet.
Yes.
Um,
Or both.
yeah,
'Cause
it looks like Gallaghet, but
Gallaghet.
it's French. So
Gallagher.
anyway.
Yes, exactly.
So anyway, he coached the French national team, and he decided to, coach her as well.
Yeah.
And she's amazing, of course.
Sweet.
And so because she was doing the gymnastics, he was like, "Hey, why don't you try a backflip on the ice? Because it's what you're already doing."
Oh no!
So she did.
Yeah.
Totally landed
Oh,
it.
thank God! I'm like, and then she broke her
On
ass.
one leg. Like
gosh.
most people do a backflip,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
basically a back handspring, but it's an aerial, so you're not
Right.
using your hands.
Yeah.
She's on ice skate,
Ah,
so she's moving.
flipping it, and then
And she lands on one leg.
oh my God, no!
Like arabesque, landing like you do if you
Wow.
were doing it on a balance beam kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Right.
Anyway,
Whole bunch of note for me. Yeah.
right. So now, of course, for those of you who don't know, Olympic figure skating rules,
True.
a backflip on the ice on skates was actually banned in 1976.
Oh.
Now, why it was banned, I'm not entirely sure. Basically, they said
Yeah.
it was dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody
That's
like
what I was going
hit
But I'm like-
themselves in the head with a skate, did they? Okay.
I-
all right.
Anyway,
Yeah. All right, got
it. Yeah.
Right. So for their own safety, do not attempt.
Kind of, yeah. So, she joins the French team, like officially joins the French team, and she starts winning medals in figure skating. She also became a world junior tumbling champion in 1986. Now, tumbling is like power tumbling, like that's
Is it the floor
it's
exercise
basically
stuff?
the floor exercise.
Okay, all right,
When
okay.
they're going diagonally and they're just doing flip
Yeah.
after flip after flip after
Okay.
flip,
Okay,
yeah.
got it. Without the ribbon.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
These are my technical know-how skills. So the ribbon and the floor. Okay.
yeah. So she was the world junior tumbling champion in 86.
Cool.
And then she earned the world senior. She was the world senior silver medalist at the 1986 World Championships.
Ah.
Okay, and that same year at a gala in France, she performed that backflip
Oh,
that
yeah,
she
yeah.
became famous for
Right.
the first time with an audience, like for the public, and of course
Ah.
the crowd went wild.
But she wasn't
right?
doing it on skates where it was illegal.
Well, she
to-
was,
Oh,
but she wasn't
okay.
doing it in competition.
Oh, okay. Got it.
It was like a exhibition.
So you could do
kind
whatever
of-
you wanted
yeah,
to do.
basically.
Okay. All right. Makes sense.
So from 1987 to 1992, she participated in one figure skating competition after another. She won a slew of medals at both the junior and the senior levels. And she is a 3-time world silver medalist in figure skating, a 5-time European champion, the 1991 World Junior Champion,
Oh my goodness.
and a 9-time French national champion
Oh my goodness. And this is all,
between 1987 and 1992.
and it's all in one sport? Or is it a combination of gymnastics and ice skating?
I think by this point
Yeah.
she had to
She had to
choose.
switch? Yeah.
You know, because if you want to be that good,
Oh, yeah,
in a
you gotta
sport,
focus.
You have to, yeah. So she basically gave up the gymnastics
And did
in
the ice
honor of the
skating.
figure
Yeah.
yes, the figure
Oh,
skating, and then would do the backflip was kind of her paying homage to her gymnastic roots.
Yeah. Oh, that's very
Yes.
cool. Holy crap.
All right. So finally, in February 1992,
Yeah.
she competed in her first Olympics.
Oh.
So this set of Winter Olympics was in Albertville,
Right.
France.
Okay, gotcha.
She wore colorful and eye-catching costumes with all kinds of decoration and colors and all of this. Apparently, my girl FloJo,
Yes.
Jackie Joan Kersey, because she had her own very flamboyant, very colorful costumes
Right.
for her track and field events.
Yes. Oh,
And
totally.
she became very well known for these like designer outfits that
Yeah.
she would run in with her long, beautiful,
Nails.
painted nails.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Class.
So she was a big role model for Suyra Bonaly. So she
Oh,
took
cute.
a cue from her and
Yeah, yeah.
decided to do kind of the same thing, minus the nails.
I mean, you might as well.
You
You're
might
at
as
the
well.
Olympics. Show off.
So yes, so probably her Surya's most famous costume was the one that she wore at that particular 1992 Winter Olympics,
Gotcha.
and it was created by French designer Christian Lacroix.
Oh.
So he was like probably a designed for
Right.
runway and all of this, and figured I'll
Ooh.
design for her too.
I know. Well, plus, I mean, she's in, France. Do it up.
Oh, totally homegrown gal, right?
Right.
Okay, so as much as the Olympic audiences loved her,
Yeah.
including me, the Olympic judges did not.
Boo,
Okay.
Olympic judges.
Boo. So she did her backflip in practice one day.
Yeah.
And the judges thought, well, you got a little too close to Midori Ito.
Ooh.
So you need to cut that out.
Oh.
When they told her she couldn't do the backflip,
Yeah.
it wasn't because it was dangerous.
Right.
It wasn't because it was banned. It was because you might intimidate your fellow skaters.
But isn't that what the Olympics are?
Hello!
It's a competition.
Yes.
Hello, intimidate away.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so the judges dinged her on that.
Ugh.
They also didn't like the fact that she had a very muscular physique.
So
Now, I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of Suyra Bonaly, but in addition to just being drop dead gorgeous,
right.
she is stacked.
Well, most gymnasts are. Their upper
Well, they
body
really kind
strength.
of are.
Yeah.
But even gymnasts, like if you look at someone like
Simone Biles or
I mean,
Gabby Douglas. I mean, they're
totally, they're
built.
very
yeah,
built.
the top heavy. Yeah, exactly.
And in a lot of ways, a muscular black body
Yeah.
looks or can look different than a muscular white body.
Right.
And it may simply be because most figure skaters don't start off as gymnasts.
right, they're
They
wafer
start
thin and they stay wafer
and
thin.
they do ballet,
Right.
which is all about long
legs. Well, it's
you
also
know-
they get like figure skaters. If they stay figure skaters their whole life, it's the legs are built up.
Exactly.
Where it's just wherever your
Yes.
muscle toneness
Exactly.
is built first.
Exactly.
But it
so
doesn't stop. Your body's a beautiful body.
right.
Oh, she's gorgeous,
Yeah.
darling.
She
She's
is
wearing
absolutely
teal, Bonnie.
I love
She has teal on.
So they didn't like her muscularness.
Sure.
Her beautiful
I mean,
muscular
it's starting to
physique.
sound racist, but
So
was there a toe in it? Was there a toe in the racism?
Right.
Okay.
So,
'Cause she's Black Girl Magic.
there's such a thing in the figure skating world, in the women's figure skating world, called an ice princess.
Yeah.
And an ice princess is,
I remember the movie.
your long, lean, right? It's the long, lean body,
wafer breakability.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of that. It's
Yeah.
you're very ballet looking,
Right.
ballerina looking.
Yeah.
So they decided that because she didn't fit that look, that therefore she lacked grace. And grace is part of what you get
Of the scores.
scored on for some crazy reason.
What
So
else?
basically, her look, her body type,
Yeah.
automatically docked points.
But you can be graceful and be muscular.
Girls
so
don't even.
whatever, judges.
So,
Ugh.
and of course, figure skating in the 90s was dominated by white women.
Right.
Well, women's figure skating was.
I was gonna say.
I think probably
and
both sets.
Tanya Harding. No, I'm just kidding.
And Tanya Harding. With some Asians making, like
Yes.
Midori Ito.
Right.
And,
Michelle Kwan.
and several others. So, so she didn't earn any medals in the 92 Olympics.
Gotcha.
So she competes again in the 94 Olympics, which took place in Lillehammer, Norway. She finished 4th.
Oh, just didn't get a medal.
So she was again docked points because of what she looked like her body type,
Starting
her
to sound like
physique.
a
so
racial
then she-
conspiracy.
Kinda. So she comes back yet again in 1998.
Oh, okay,
This
cool.
time the Winter Olympics are in Japan, in Nagano,
Oh, yeah.
Japan. So, but unfortunately, she was doing her short program and she fell.
Oh.
So that pretty much there
was
goes her
kinda be
chances
done,
for a medal.
Yeah.
So at this, but you still have, you have the short program, you have the long program, you have the freestyle.
Right.
Okay. So, probably among other things. But anyway, so, she's thinking, well, I'm not going to medal.
Right.
So
Have fun.
I may as well do what I want to do.
Yes.
And she wanted to be remembered for something, that nobody else had done.
And it's a huge platform.
So guess what she did?
Nice.
She did her backflip, landing on one foot and in an arabesque formation during
perfect.
her free skate, even though she knew that the judges would penalize her. But like I said, she knew she wasn't getting a medal,
Right.
so
She's like,
whatever.
screw y'all.
Totally.
Nice.
Now, something about that backflip.
Yeah.
Lots of other, well, maybe not lots, but several other people have done the backflip.
Okay, gotcha.
Usually men.
Okay.
I think even Scott Hamilton did one, and one of the others of
Okay.
that same would do a backflip on ice.
Okay.
They didn't get in trouble,
Huh.
but she did.
Interesting.
But at the same, nobody said, "Oh, that's dangerous. She can't do that." But they did her.
Right.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
they landed on 2 feet.
Ah.
Okay, because my
Okay.
girl got it going on.
That's right. 1 foot.
Right? So she's the only person ever,
Wow.
before or now or
Right,
any who's
exactly.
ever been able to do that and land on 1 foot. So
Sweet.
here's a quote. While judges penalized her for not fitting the standard of what a figure skater should be, quote,
Yeah.
Surya proved what a figure skater could be.
I like it.
So,
That's much better.
footage of her backflipping is all over the internet.
Yeah,
You
I'll have
can
to put it
find
in the
on
show notes.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Totally. The last time her backflip went viral was in 2018 for the Olympics in Pyeongchang.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Start
this,
recirculating
right,
once again.
totally,
Okay,
because
got it.
awesome like that. So, despite
Yes.
all of her pre-Olympics award-winning competitions,
Yeah.
and her totally awesome athletic ability,
Right.
she never became a gold medalist.
Oh.
So during an October 2020 interview with Olympic.com for a piece entitled Suyra Bonaly on backflips, skating fashion, and discrimination.
Ooh.
When asked if her poor showings at the Olympics was because of an element of discrimination during the 90s,
Right.
Surya said this, and I quote, Maybe. Yes. If I had been white, maybe I would have my title long ago. But who knows? Being a person of color, it was unusual. End quote. So perhaps the figure skating world just wasn't ready for her. I mean,
Right,
I don't
exactly.
know.
Yes, and there's a lot to speculate because
Totally.
judges don't really talk about why they score what
Exactly.
they score, so you can't prove or
Yes.
disprove.
And there have been other times, kind of since the 90s, when people have talked about how, you know, the whole grace and physical beauty and all of that, you know, physical body type, ice princess quality
right.
really shouldn't be part of
the
how
scoring.
you score somebody.
Yeah.
You know, because that isn't in any other
That's
sport.
objectifying.
And it's
sport.
objectifying
Yeah.
and it's totally subjective.
Yeah, exactly.
And
yeah.
when all of your judges are all a certain type of person,
Right.
you know, are they really going to care about being diverse and inclusive in
Right.
how they score?
Exactly.
So as we look forward to this year's Olympics, which is coming in a couple of weeks,
Exactly. Tokyo.
Totally.
Hopefully I'm still like knocking
Yes,
on wood
fingers
that
crossed.
it's going to happen.
And during this challenging time of a global pandemic, Surya has offered the world a message of hope. She says, I don't know why. A lot of people through my life said, no, you can't. Don't do that. Well, listen, I will.
Oh, yeah.
So just like good old Gertrude, she didn't take no for an answer.
I like it.
And she encourages others to do the same, adding, quote, follow what you think is good for you. And even if it's hard, and there are a lot of barriers and lots of things to go through, follow your passions, your dream, and do what you love.
Yes.
So many of us, myself included, feel that she deserved and should have had the gold,
Yeah,
a
right?
gold medal. Especially what she'd already accomplished before she
I know.
got
She was
the Olympics.
obviously award-winning and
Absolutely,
award-proving and
absolutely.
an athlete. Yeah. I
and
mean,
it's
goodness.
really a shame how she was treated.
Yeah.
So, you know, there, like you said, you know, discrimination, racial prejudice, straight up racism,
Right, exactly.
whatever. You know, I do think she was handed a raw deal.
Yes, exactly.
And if you ask me, even with or without a gold medal,
Yeah.
Suyra Bonaly is exactly what Olympic greatness is all about.
See, exactly. She won in other ways.
Totally. So that's my presentation.
Oh, I like it. We're so glad we came to your TED Talk.
I can't. Go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like there was something recently where they were doing a similar thing. Weren't they trying to do a similar thing to Simone? Like she was doing like a triple something. They were like, you can't do that. It's too dangerous.
Oh, please.
Yes, the vault that she does is a vault that the men do, but she's the first woman to do it, and she does it with the round off back handspring intro, which I don't think the guys actually do that intro.
Right, but that's not the part that's in question.
No, it's the
Yeah.
flipping she does when she comes off the horse. So,
Right.
or the vault. So, yes, they told her that she couldn't do that because, you know, it was too dangerous and other people can't do it. And you're like, wait a minute, that's the whole point.
Right,
Yeah.
isn't it? To do
Yes.
what others can't to push the sport
Exactly.
forward.
So she's got like, well, that one isn't really named after her because even though she's the first woman, she's not the first person.
Right,
to
right,
do it.
right, to do it.
And
Yeah, yeah.
you only get something named after you if you're the first person to do it in a competition.
Right, yeah.
So she does have those floor exercise flips, aerials that she does.
Yeah, yeah.
And both of those are named after her.
Nice.
But yeah, and then of course, at the last Olympic Games in 2016, I guess.
Yes.
They were trying to say again, based on her muscular body type, you have to be using steroids, or you have to be using.
They're all
da-da-da-da-da.
tested.
They're all tested, and what she was using is considered a supplement.
Right.
You know, that anybody can get if you go to a health food
Well, she
store
also
or whatever.
just works the fuck
Yeah.
out.
Totally.
Athletes.
Absolutely.
You have too many muscles at this athletic competition.
Yes.
Right.
You
Well,
try
that's
too hard.
Funny.
So yeah, and you know, so once again, you know, you have this dark-skinned, beautiful black woman, you know, being penalized because she's doing
too good.
And she's too good.
Sure.
And oh my God, we will intimidate everybody else.
Right, exactly.
I say sorry about you.
Let them just do what they're good at and what they came to do. Isn't it a competition?
Exactly.
Do it.
So what I love about
Raise
Simone
the
Biles, other than the fact that I just love Simone Biles, is, I don't know if anybody noticed, but if you were watching the Olympic trials, on all of her leotards, she had a goat.
Oh, because she's the greatest of all time.
Yes, because she is the greatest of all time.
Yes.
So,
Oh, cute.
So that wraps it up for us for this week.